Hello, everyone. This is Doug Davis, broker in charge at B Realty, and here with another session of Ask Doug. And today, I have a really good example of Adobe soil and how that relates to construction. Very common issue in Hawaii. We have a lot of Adobe soil here, which is a heavy clay content soil that expands and shrinks. And if you have a post and pier type home or even a concrete slab and you put it on Adobe soil, the soil can shrink and then your house can move downwards, upwards, depending on which direction the soil's going. And I have some beautiful photographs showing how dramatic it is. So let's take a look at this real quick, what I've got. So share screen. Okay, here we go. So hopefully you can see this. This is the driveway pad, and it's got this huge crack in it. And it's because the soil beneath has shrunk, and so the concrete has separated. When it rains, it's likely that crack gets smaller, but right now it's very dry. So here's some other things. Here's the soil in the backyard, and you can see this huge crack here, and I've got some other examples where the soil has shrunk and it leaves gaps, kind of like you see in the desert and you see the cracks after a big rain. Well, it's kind of like that too, but it's much more dramatic. And that's a long way. That's about 2 inches right here, the crack size. So like that. Another analogy would be you put a glass of water in a freezer and it freezes and you come back and look at it, it's overflowing the glass. So it has this range of motion, this expanding with water and shrinking with no water, dryness. So you can see this was under the soil before, but there's a sidewalk down here at the bottom and there's a little swale here. So a lot of water comes here. So this soil has compressed in this area, and this is where the foundation of the corner of this particular home is. So it's descending into the soil with every expansion and contraction. Here's another deep hole. It's like a foot deep. It's amazing. You can see all these telltales throughout the yard. Okay, and then here's a sidewalk. It didn't look like this when it was poured, but after a couple of years of expanding and contracting, it's completely broken up. Just amazing. And then inside the house, there's the telltales. You see the edge of the roof, the ceiling right here is cracked. You can see the telltale misalignment of the window where it's smaller on this side, wider on this side. More extreme cases, the glass will crack as it's squishing the window. And your doors will misalign, your windows will misalign. Here's ceiling tiles that are opening up at the join, the easy place for it to move. More ceiling tiles separating from the corner piece. The walls are separating because that foot that we showed outside is descending. It's pulling the house in a certain direction. And you can see the ceiling tile above is cracked as well. So these are all things that are telltales of Adobe soil and how it affects construction. So if you're building a house, you want to have really big footings that go deep or bypass the Adobe soil. So perhaps a soil test should be made before you start building, and then have big footings or bypass the soil for your structural element altogether and go down to bedrock, or some people scrape the soil off and put gravel or a different soil that doesn't expand and contract like this. So anyway, I thought this was a real easy way to perceive this concept, and the effect that it has on construction in Hawaii, and what happens to homes. So your home can be temporarily fixed. You can adjust the height. They have jacks that will jack the house and shimmy it up and half inch or an inch, and you can do that every 10 years or so. Or build it right, and then you don't have to do that. So hope that's helpful to you. And if you I'd love it if you would like the video, and if you have any property management needs, estate management, long-term leasing, I'd love to hear from you, or buying and selling. We're ready for that. Until next week, look forward to your questions, and see you next week. Thanks.